Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. We've got Brown out there with Kwame Brown. Then there's Brown, and it's Brown in at the 3 spot. And for Washington, McAdoo out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Robinson, and there's D'Angelo Russell, and it's Roy in at the 2 spot.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Washington. Outside, Russell. Pass to McAdoo. Puts up a deep 3. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. McAdoo's got the game going with his first points of the game for Washington.
Always feels good getting that first one in the bank.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
Brown, and the dunk by Brown.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Here's McAdoo. Russell looking around. The 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And finished off by Robinson.
Boy, great gamble by Julius Randle. Sets up the transition game.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Seattle. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Brown. Back to Brown. Connects from 3-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Russell against Brown. Russell dishes to McAdoo. Outside for Randle. McAdoo, the pass to Russell. There's a screen. 6 to shoot. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, you cannot sleep on Julius Randle. Catch and shoot jumper. Okay, Julius, we see you.
Brown against Russell. High post try. Brown, no good.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Russell kicks to Roy. Robinson a screen on Brown. And Roy, here we go. Outside for Randle. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Randle's got 6.
Well, this shot is in his bag. Julius Randle more than happy to take the jumper if you concede it.
A floater. Brown trying to free himself up. Randle with some nice D. Washington leading now by 6. For 3, Roy. Shakes him. And it's laid in by Randle. He's got 8.
Well, that's Randle working in his comfort zone. You can see how confident he is on his ability to score inside.
And the first time out of the game called for Seattle.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
Brown is checked in for Seattle. Brown finds Brown. Can they get it? Seattle missing again. Here's Washington now. They're leading by 8. He had a nice open look right there.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that 3-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
And here is Brown following Julius Randle's 3. And here we go. Washington fast break. Russell high post. Brown on him. Roy gets the bucket.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And here are the Supersonics now. Brandon Roy getting his 3 to go. Lets it go with the three. And again, Washington with the triple.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now here's Brown. Still scoreless. Tries again. Some solid defense from Robinson. Washington leading now by 17. Broy from outside. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 4 assists in the game.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Seattle calls timeout. Some changes for Seattle. Brown is checked in for Brown. Brown comes in for Brown. And it's Brown in for Brown. Seattle trails by 20. Brown outside. Brown kicks to Brown. And stolen by Russell. Broy with it. Picked up by Brown. Out to Russell. Nice ball movement by Washington. Broy passes to Robinson. Off target with his 3. Brown dishes to Brown, and there's the call on Roy. That's his first foul. To the middle, it's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. And it's Wade penetrating, and it's Wade with the jam.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Julius Randle getting it done for Washington. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Washington.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
On the court for Seattle. Brown out there with Brown. Then there's Brown. Then there's Brown. And it's Brown in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Brown. Scoreless thus far. The Supersonics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Brown finds Brown. Davis against Brown. Back to Brown. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer. And it's Brown missing. Washington leading now by 22. Houston, the pass to Stojakovic. Takes a 3. Houston's shot's good. Houston's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And we see Houston take a healthy amount of threes for a reason. This guy very accurate from beyond.
And he jams it with authority.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Brown is checked in for Brown. And here is Brown. Back to Brown. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And you see the unselfishness right there. Brown wanting to keep his teammates involved.
You know, Doris, few teams have tried to invite Brown to be a shooter. He's punished them each and every time.
And he's had to put in the work, Kevin, to make himself a legit perimeter threat. And listen, the defense has to make choices. Athletically, this is one of the most gifted players in the league. If you're going to concede anything to Jalen, it'd probably be the three-point shot.
Here's Houston. 5 points in the game. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Brown kicks to Brown. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Time called here. The Sonics decide to talk it over. Brown is checked in for Seattle. Washington on D. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
At this point, finding blocks comes naturally for AD. He just anticipates and attacks the basketball.
Too open that time. Made it look too easy.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Fires away from way outside. Offensive rebound. Wade from outside. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Brown is checked in for the Sonics. Brown comes in for Kwame Brown. Brown against Wade. Brown outside. Down low. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. That one on Davis. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good. And Brown drops them both. Here's Washington. For three, Millsap. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
A flat-out bulldog in the paint. Great job to follow his own shot there and get the basket.
There's a minute 47 left now here in the second. Brown deciding where to go with it. Pass to Brown. Fires from deep. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 6.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Here's Wade. Now Stojakovic. Outside for Davis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And it's Seattle with the ball. Pass to Brown. Back to Brown. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Seattle, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. First one falls for him. And Washington going with a whole new group here. The Sonics also changing it up. Brown comes in for Brown. And it's Brown in for Brown. And Brown drops them both. Here's Russell. He has yet to score. Outside for Randall. Trains the three-pointer.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Brown finds Brown. And once again off the mark by Seattle.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Buries it from three-point range. 12 points for him.
They trust Roy at the arc because he's pretty selective. He takes the shots he believes he can make.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Brown with a screen on Russell. Pass to Brown. Brown trying to free himself up. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Brown.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
For 3, Roy drops in the tray. Roy's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Washington.
How about the range on that jump shot? I love seeing this guy when he's in form.
And so it's Washington with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Back right after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Brandon Roy really has his fingerprints all over this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
So with Wade on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Randall out there with McAdoo. And there's D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Robinson. And it's Roy in at the two guard. Here's McAdoo. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Russell against Brown. Inside. Brown trying to free himself up. And it's Brown missing. Brown's gotten just one of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Robinson for 3. Roy. Brown with the rebound. Brown's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Brown the pass to Brown. Randall grabs the board. Here's Washington now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. McAdoo dishes to Robinson. Here's Randall. Out to Russell from downtown. Good on the triple. Russell's got his first 3 points of the game.
In catch-and-shoot situations, you've got to be balanced and in control. Mr. Russell, well done.
Here's Brown, and the layup's good off the glass.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Russell passes to Roy. To the left side wing. 6 on the shot clock. Randall from outside. They get it back. Robinson kicks to Russell. It's stolen by Brown. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Julius Randle picks one up.
Well, you've got to appreciate the athleticism of Jaylen Brown. This guy's a quick penetrator who forces defenses to get physical with him.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history. Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Now here's Brown. He's got 10. The shot's good. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Russell inside. Brown on him. Over in the corner, Randall. Broy from outside. It's hauled in by Brown.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
There's Brown with the three. Washington with the rebound. Russell finds Robinson. And taken away by Brown. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. The Sonics have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. The first one falls, and the Supersonics making a change here. Brown's checked in. Good on both. Washington with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Outside, Russell. Here's McAdoo, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Ooh, how about the powerful move there on that slam from McAdoo? Not many are better than him at getting the job done on the interior. He'll always find a way to finish at the rim when he gets a chance.
Here's Brown after the basket by Washington. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Julius Randle picks one up. For Seattle, they have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. That free throw good from Brown. Brown, he's checked in for Brown. And Brown drops them both. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. McAdoo's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Washington.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell, he can impact winning with both his scoring and his passing.
Brown sets a screen for Brown. Rebounded by McAdoo. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Now, here is Russell. Pass to McAdoo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Broy from outside. And again, Washington with the triple.
He just makes scoring look so effortless. It's why you love watching Roy play the game.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Robinson with the block. And they get it back. Brown the pass to Brown. Brown kicks to Brown. Fires for 3. The shot will not fall. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Washington out in front, delivering the blowout. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Washington calls timeout.
Start it.
Washington with the ball on the court for Seattle. We've got Brown. Brown out there with Brown. Then there's Brown, and it's Brown in at the small forward.
Boy, Julius Randle is getting to his spots and starting to really cook.
Brown against Robinson. To the paint. And Brown throws it down hard.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Nice ball movement by Washington. Brown against Roy. Back to Russell. From deep. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Roy. Roy's got 3 assists now in this one. Brown against Russell. Brown outside. Pass to Brown. Back to Brown. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Brown against Russell. Roy a screen on Brown. Here's Roy. It's hauled in by Brown.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Here's Brown. Basket counts. And so it's Washington with it. Here's Russell. Outside for Randle. Here's McAdoo. Another one falls for Washington.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
Now here's Brown. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, three-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
Some changes for Seattle. P.J. Brown's checked in for Brown. Brown comes in for Brown. And it's Brown in for Brown. Now here is Stojakovic. And it's blocked by Brown. And he stays with it. Millsap kicks to Stojakovic. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
They get it back. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Brown against Wade. Davis with a screen on Brown. Wade kicks to Davis. Second chance shot. Here's Houston. They get the rebound. Millsap has the open look. It's good from long range.
With a solid mid-range shot, Millsap's game does so much more for his team's spacing.
Now here's Brown. He's covered closely. The 3-ball. Over Millsap. Brown with the bucket.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's Wade. Millsap up top. Millsap a screen on Brown. Launches it. And again, Washington with the triple.
Check out the footwork from Millsap. Rolls off the pick smooth and gets to his spot.
Brown outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Wade, and then Wade slams it in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. Brown against Wade. Brown sets a screen for Brown. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Brown.
Boy, I don't think he'll get a screen assist for that pick, but they get the points, and that's all that matters.
Pass to Houston.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Here's Brown. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Brown. Pass to Brown. Here's Houston. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Just attacking the basket there. Houston drives it with such force for the finish.
Brown outside. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Julius Randle.